What's up, YouTube? It is Tuesday afternoon. Today is a pull day, so it's all back movements and posterior chain. I'm actually off work today. Big storm front that's coming through the southeast. So I was able to sleep in a little bit and get 2 meals in before my workout today, which should hopefully give me a little bit more energy than normal, which is good, especially for in a muscle building context. And then I will I will do my cardio directly after the lifting session today. Yesterday I did my lift and then left and then went back to the gym later in the afternoon to do my cardio, mainly because of time constraints for work, but today don't really have any time constraints, so gonna do my back training and do my cardio and abs after, and that'll be that. Back training, it's gonna be the exact same as last week. Some rope, straight arm pull downs, pullovers, whatever you want to call them. You basically warming up the lats, and then seated lat pull downs. Those are, if I can superset them, I'll try to superset those for my warm up. And then I'll go into a Cybex row, two-handed Cybex row machine, and then still staying away from the bent over barbell row, and I'm doing a seated wide grip pronated row. So pronated, palms are down towards the floor. Supinated's the opposite, palms towards the ceiling. But I essentially, when I do that, I feel the lift and the movement in the exact same muscles that I would have bent over row, but my low back isn't compromised, so I'm able to contract the back better, get a better connection with those muscles in the back, as opposed to trying to stabilize my core to keep my low back safe while performing the movements. In a bodybuilding context, I'm going in the gym today to build my back muscles, not to build my core stabilizing muscles. You should build those and you should have a strong core, but in the specific context of my goals today, that's not exactly the goal. So same reason why I make adjustments to other lifts throughout the week. If I get pain in another area of my body and it prevents me from actually working out the muscle that I'm trying to work out, then I'm going to change up the lift to where I do feel the movement in the muscle that I'm trying to grow. So just keep that in mind. Just because your plan says to do, let's say, back squat, for example, but your ankle mobility is just horrendous and you can't even get 2 parallel, well then you're not performing the lift properly, and you're probably going to have a lot of front knee pain, and you will probably have a lot of low back pain just because you can't squat properly. Now, that's not saying never do squats. That's just saying you have to fix your mechanics beforehand, or before you can do your full squats. Anyways, so after the wide grip pronated hands row, then I have those cable RDLs up. Last week I just grabbed a bench and just stood on a bench, and that seemed to work a lot better than trying to find the little tiny like square things to stand on. I like doing them one leg at a time to really concentrate on the contraction on each leg instead of a compound lift using both legs at one time. And that way I can also work on my imbalances in strength from one leg to another. I believe they're pretty even, but one leg is stronger than the other. So you start on the weaker side, and whatever rep you get to failure on that one is where you stop on the stronger side until they catch up. I would say give it 3 to 4 weeks, so 3 to 4 training sessions for that particular exercise, and then kind of just do a retest. So what a retest will look like is just doing the opposite. So you do the stronger side, or what the stronger side has been for the past 3 or 4 lifts, however many reps you can do to failure, and then can you match it to the other side? Well, if the other side now you're doing more than the strong side, now you've got your weak side is now your strong side, so you just reverse. So it's never changing, it's never constant or stagnant. So you have to be able to really know your body and be able to make adjustments and adapt as your body is adjusting and adapting. But after the cable RDLs, then we're gonna finish with single arm. Last time I did seated on a bench, and didn't really like that as much as kneeling, so I'll probably do a kneeling single arm, kind of like wide lat pull down. So instead of my arm in front of my body like this pulling down, I've been doing my arm out to the side and pulling down to try to gain the width of my lats. So in like a front relaxed pose or a most muscular, my lats actually can actually flare and stick out to the side better. I'm doing 2 horizontal pulling movements, which are the Cybex rows and the wide grip rows, and that'll help with the depth of the lat. So if this is looking at me straight on, and then so width would be this way, and then depth would be this way. So got 2 movements that are horizontal, a couple movements that are vertical. So building width and depth in the same session. But yeah, check-ins were yesterday. Food was dropped a little bit, not a crazy amount, 20 less grams of Bola Gains for pre-workout meal, and 100 grams of rice less in my meal 4, I think it is. And then instead of a flex meal, we're just gonna go with basically a protein shake for meal 6 every night. It's just 50 grams of whey, 20 grams of peanut butter, and 100 calories or 100 grams of berries. So those are all training day changes. Non-training day changes pretty much stayed the same. If I can remember correctly, the only change is we swapped out meals 5 and 6. So meal 5 was protein shake, so 2 scoops of whey, some nut butter, and some berries. Now that's meal 6. And meal 5, instead of a flex meal, I believe it now, it's 7 ounces of chicken breast or lean seafood or lean poultry, and then 100 grams of rice and 40 grams of veggies or 50 grams of veggies, something like that. But it's another whole meal essentially, which I'm okay with. And to be honest, I kind of like, even though it is, fun to play around with recipes and being able to, kind of create your own food for a meal 6 for that flex meal, I almost kind of like just being told an exact meal to have for every meal. That way there's just one less thing that I have to think about, and I just follow the plan, especially what I have going on in my personal life right now, it's just a lot easier to not even have to think about it. Plus, for whatever reason, if I'm away from the house at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, when my last meal normally is, a protein shake with some peanut butter and some berries is a lot easier to travel and manage and make sure I get in than a flex meal. And you're way less likely to go off plan, in my opinion, if you have an exact meal set out for you at the end of the night. So, and my cardio was updated as well for plan updates. So training days are 60 floors on the Stairmaster, which yesterday it took me like 12.5 minutes. I'm gonna try to beat that time today. And then non-training days is 2 miles on an incline treadmill. I believe if I had to guesstimate, that'll take me about 40 minutes to complete. So all in all, the cardio is a bit lower for training days and about the same for non-training days. Training split's the exact same. We're now in the 28th, or T-minus 28 weeks. So, like I said, at the end of last week, really only have, at most 12 weeks left to build as much tissue as possible, and then 16 weeks for the cut. So I'm excited. Been feeling really strong the past 2 months or so with the surplus of food, so that's been nice. I don't really get super exhausted in the gym. My recovery is good as long as I maintain my good sleep routine and sleep schedule. And so just excited. Just trying to take it day by day, and I know July 20th will be here before I know it. Pretty confident I'm not going to film anything else today. And tomorrow, I believe I'm going to do shoulders, Thursday off, Friday arm day, Saturday legs, and Sunday off. So, all right, I'll check in tomorrow for arm day, or for shoulders.